Right, Tetelesta Sports TV. Tetelesta Sports TV. About number one is the local football channel on YouTube. Now exclusive. Now update back to back. Exclusive update back to back. Subscribe and share notification button the surface so. Na yenko senior soccer team Blasters of Ghana enra omo first training ewo Morocco after say any Angola ebo Kumasi Babara Sports Stadium game no Angola for eti kre kaba kwa yentimi next game ewo road to Morocco 2025 and AFCON qualifier Urem na nyame ya adoma eda chena Monday ne oman Niger enso etima bosa 12 game no the game ano be din pa Blasters of Ghana and in the chair national team no na airbo nam so bi ama yakwa kopiem ewo Morocco wonim se Niger for no mo no neutral grounds the game no eda Morocco honom ene nyame ya adom a eda tena yewuram na afisa crucial encounter enso etima kwa akotofem medical culture data se player bit se Joseph Pintel one went to make it trip no eno anso Jerome Opoku ono nso return to Turkey wakopeke injury into game one etofem nyame ya adom eda chena Monday Blasters of Ghana and Niger national team no two boys na intimi mobie Jerome Opoku and afi Joseph Pintel all is set echna Blasters of Ghana and Niger baso ewo eswe ewo Colombia Bogota na me ya adom the final game no etofem ne Black Princesses maba 120 album final game against New Zealand when me see any Japan abo ombo 4-1 yani Austria ebo ombo 2-1 we final game ayebo women World Cup tournament under 20 etofem Colombia ejebe jene nya ba bedru Ghana Premier League enra etofem na week 1 enu amu ne yewo no ene ye toa so eno ahwe ya two teams na omoboy na say two games etofem no results MP babia we are yet shebe receive your first goal our 2024-2025 soccer season and dreams and shebi summer test 1996 in 20 man shebi vision and shebi Brekum Chelsea in 20 man shebi na after the game just a summer test any dreams abo we coaches no edin sem kakra atudwa as no be a chichi marison and norma and so isifa ekoye dreams etenefie Pino Edma Samates. Coach Ahmed Nuruddin, head coach Edma Samates.
Doesn't mean that you win the game. It all depends on whether taking advantage of your superiority of numbers, are you able to create the chances or are you able to take your chances? And so I will say that it's a fair reflection. We should have done better as a team in terms of our attacking play and then utilizing our chances. I think we did have some decent chances more than them, but our finishing was poor. So that is what we need to work in. I think that they came with a strategy not to allow us to play our usual game, and in the first half they succeeded in doing that. I know the same. The second half, the time that we came strongly, but we should have done better in the second half.
Yes, Coach Ahmed Nuruddin after so draw, Nenson, you to man of the match, you goalkeeper Kofi Ba, what them the match summer test 1996, and what great save, and goalkeeper Kofi Ba. A save situation after say na free kick that a pa ping na Kofi Ba a save situation at the summer test 1996 and na Kofi nemu ankenye after the game you imagine as man of the match na Kofi Ba so erin sem kakra etudwa na ni swade unu ne botae ne no mo peso ye at the summer test 1996
the only thing season like work hard na mediabwa esi samatesi na botaye desi no se bebe pese ni ya de ni do nti eji abana ye benya some point ni eboa ti ye be san so akọ ke more than the
yes goalkeeper Kofi Ba at least what sounds someone so de to edwa Dreams FC tena fie ball draw after the game coach Karim Zito nensem ni
results some ways I will see. Yes, because along the line when we ran short of one player, the mantle was telling us, it's a fact. And then we were struggling to at least make it a draw. But before then, it was a well-fought battle. When you look at my players, following most of them, the players you all knew are no more. To me, we did well, even though we had wanted to win, because this is our home. But yet we play in Africa. They are playing Africa and they are champion of champions. So we have to give them that according respect. So if we are able to draw with them, I think it's a plus. Even though I wanted to win.
Coach Karim Zitu and Obo Fiwa Cross posted Modroy no also 7 on Vision FC, the newly promoted side, any Brekum Chelsea. Coach Samuel Boadu awie Nana Kwakwadme head coach my Vision on Sunsimni.
Underrated. Everybody knows that Brekum Chelsea is a very strong team, and then they're being coached by a very good coach, a very experienced coach. One time he was a national coach, and now coaching Brekum Chelsea. So we have a lot of respect for him and for Brekum Chelsea. We started the game very, very well. We're pressing very high. We weren't giving them the chance to play out of the back, so we put 2 people up. The attacking midfielder and then the striker to make sure that the centre backs don't play out. The idea was to force them to go to their full backs, where we knew that we had a bit more power. We could press the full back, win the ball, and then counter attack, something that we did well. I think that every time that we won that ball, the organization up front didn't really go well. Our finishing wasn't really tight enough, so we couldn't actually score. But if you look at the entire game, from the defense to the middle to the final third, I think that Vision dominated.
Yes, Nana Kwakwadman head coach my Vision on somebody to after the game. Yamaya Tumoa matches no air twaso and a Sunday. Yina you room a crash posted Meno Case president. Yes, Malande ewo a crash posted mana say me and crampuni mantim very soon. Me room a crash posted na fe yako ako monitor. Hat to fook ebo basiki 3 p.m. You room ni ako Karela ne kotoko na seriga and also tofem and in Swatterman and a young apostles game no Sunday Nana Kramansa Park do Mediana Stars and so any Heart of Lions and a baby any Ghost Stars Dance Park Omni League One Cities EBW Nations FC any Bichim United game no his Anna Professor Dr. Kwame Cheese posted when Afimi Tiama any Accra Lions and so 6 p.m. and Enyimri Watakwa and Aboso inti enwa games no mienu eto fem ni nyina 0-0 ye player obetumi abɔ ne first goal 2024-2025 soccer season tie ne matches no to aso ma remfi se heartful game no se ne no matches ni bi toto afa no ne mother television channels outdoor no enen so heartful game no na 2 and Metro TV wonom na eyi sa game ni 3 p.m. Metro TV and Net2 and I'm saying Crawford company say coverage in Sharan Koye ni adia baja mumia money jinisa ni ati huani it was set Accra Sports Stadium very soon me room I so many penny free Kumasi ababi true Accra just nyasem ketwa high the headquarters of the local football na heartful game no 30 50 80 100 150 and yeti iremu yes 30 a popular stand 50 a center line lower VIP 80 Ghana upper VIP 100 and a VVIP 150 Ghana cedisa eno kakra yedi ehon ensem no mawo hatu folk ebo basike ne no ninua sante kotoko awuram akwa koduru na rugu a chese na aheriga nso ene ho befa hit yi pa Kawela United and Krobia Kumasia Sante Kotoko na coach Prosper Neti Ogum Obenfo edin simpi atudwa ni preparation towards a game no or say game no wagiri yi pa se ebeye a physical one ano be dene na what the English situation ba say every chi ba for nko and we have sent
a very physical game looking at the fact that even last season the FA Cup they eliminated us and then the league
they took 4 points out of 6.
Took 4 points out of 6 games, so it's going to be a very physical game. We have to make sure that we stay calm on Sunday, try to make sure that whatever the players have to try and make sure that whatever they've been taken through they adhere to it, they stick to it, and then play according to instructions. I don't want to go into details our tactical approach, because when we do that, it means we've already given ourselves out to them.
Yeah.
But then we've done a few discussions on their way of play, and we have trained on that, and we hope and pray that the way we see them, it will happen on that day. You know, football is all about the if principle. The if principle basically states that if your opponent does this, do this, based on his previous game that he played or previous games that you have watched, you'll be able to identify individual defensive and offensive patterns of play, group offensive and defensive patterns of play, and then team offensive and defensive patterns of play. So with this, you say that if they do this, you also have to do this. If they do that, you do that. So based on the if principle and based on the fact that we have gathered some tactical intelligence about them, we are hoping that the ifs that we have seen about them, it stays that way, and then if it stays that way, I'm sure we'll be able to match them boot for boot with all the energy that they have to come in with. I mean, they will be physical, very aggressive.
Coach, are there any injury worries ahead of this crucial game? I see it as the most important game of the season. Are there any injury worries ahead of this game?
Yeah, currently the only person who is out and throughout the preseason has not been able to train is Elvis Chiba for Awuche. He had a groin. It was almost gone, or it was gone. He came back and then it came again. So per medical advice, he's supposed to stay out for some time now. And then when the medical team thinks that he's ready, then they will let him start some light intensity training to medium to high intensity training. So he's the major one. Apart from that, everybody's ready. There are some minor knocks here and there which are part of the process, because the game itself is a contact game. So the medical team is on them, trying to make sure these minor ones are taken care of before the game on Sunday. So there isn't any major injury situation in camp, apart from Awuche, who pulled a groin and is going through the process to recover. So far so good. And I'm happy, because if you end the preseason on a note like this, I mean, it's a plus to the players and to the technical team.
Yes, ntiano yɛn nsɛm a coach Prosper Neti Ogum mɔbenfo de ma Asante Kotoko de to dwa wɔ kyerɛkyerɛ mu a injury situation no Elvis Chiba afo Awuche na wɔntumi ndwene ma rev sɛ Kotoko game no Globe TV na Globe TV wɔn na ɛfa Kotoko game no Tete Leicester Sports TV suni we yɛn tete ho just the beginning maka kyerɛw sɛ Tete Leicester yaba be drew Accra kyɛ ye bana fe Hartlepool Basiki ye de more abro ne beto fom bia no ye de ho nsɛm pi na ɛbɛbrɛw na wanya bi atenya bi ahwɛ ye ba sisi ya